Right, folks, today we are doing a pot recipe of note. Now, if you are not into pots or containers or whatever you'd like to call them, don't run away and say, that's not for me. Because the whole idea behind pot recipes is twofold. Number one, if you do have a space to be able to put a pot, well, you've got to put something that's really glam. And the fact of one plant on its own in a pot just doesn't work for me. The other thing that is so important, which is what I want you to really, really grasp, is that this combination or similar combinations to this can get multiplied out on a grander scale in a garden bed. Because as all pot recipes go, we've got a thriller, which is the big guy. We've got a filler, which is the medium, and a spiller, which is the low one. So imagine a garden bed. Larger shrubs at the back, middle, lower plants in the front. So you could take this and multiply it out. Make sense? Yep. Okay. So let's get to the pot. Now, pots are really very personal. It depends on the style of your home, budget, space, all of those things. And when you are going to buy a pot, folks, invest in the pot. If you need to save 2 months to buy the pot of your choice, then rather do that. Don't compromise on it, whatever. That's the message, don't compromise. I've gone with quite a tall pot because this pot recipe is quite dramatic, I would like to think. And also, the other thing is that it's simply just been painted. So let's say aqua is the color of the year in 25 years' time. And you still own the pot. You know what? You can be hip and in and just slap it with a new coat of paint. That's how it works. All right, folks, let's get into the potting mix. What we've got here is it's actually a good quality potting soil, but I want to make sure that I've got that bit extra. I'm adding in some bone meal, right? And I'm using some organic 315, which is going to give me the nutrition. How much? To a bag of potting soil, I'm going to be using 4 handfuls of bone meal and 2 large handfuls of the 315 organic fertilizer. Add it all together, I use a trug, mix it all thoroughly, and you're good to go. Guys, for the pot, very importantly, remember, always drainage. So to help with that, we use what we call crocks. Those are not the shoes, no, those are broken bits of clay pots. You can also just use some gravel at the base if you don't have broken terracotta pots. Now, when it comes to trying to make use of the big space that we've got, if we had to just use potting soil, guys, we're probably going to need to go through 2 or 3 bags. So we've got a cool hack. We take plastic bottles, make sure the lid is still on, and we pop those in just to help take up volume and space. As a general rule, I would fill the pot at least half with your plastic bottles. Next up is our potting soil mix, and we're going to add enough in to reach and fill the pot about 3/4 of the way. That's it. Right, guys, it's time to start with the plants, and I'm looking for a bit of height. Now, this is what we call a croton. Many of us would have grown up with these in our youth. They were really all the rage in about the 70s. Okay, some of you might not have grown up with them. But if you're of that era, crotons were the thing to have. What I love is the psychedelic. Wow! And the colors are insane. And during the winter months, you'll notice, whether it's in the garden or in a container, that their colors become more intense, and you get lovely yellows, you get different shaped leaves, and they're kind of coming back again, you know, the whole indoor plant rage, but they're not actually an indoor plant. They're great for out in the garden, and especially if you are in a subtropical area, they love it. So subtropics, they love being outside. Remember, if you are in a frost zone, sure, then a pot is best, or in a protected spot, or you've got to cover it with some frost protection. Okay, so this is my thriller. at this point now, I'm going to add in a bit more of my mix, because the next plants, you'll see their size is much, much smaller. And here we've got some options, folks. I've got this one, which is a Nerigelia. Other options, of course, which I may use, are the Freesias, which are these with the spike, and these guys over here, which are Guzmanias. Now, you'll see by their similarity, they all belong to the bromeliad family. And they're very easy to look after, same conditions that everything else likes. So, okay, we're gonna pop this baby here so we can get him out of the pot. Looking for the right spot, oh, okay. Hold your breath, baby, because here we go. Oh, caramba. Alrighty, guys, next in are going to be my little Selaginella. And believe it or not, they're indigenous. They're indigenous to the forests of KwaZulu-Natal. You find them growing also in Mpumalanga, and they grow as this beautiful carpet. Some are more upright than others, some are more clumping, but this little guy, oh, Nunu, and a part of the fern family, and you can see that. I mean, look at these look at those nunus. They look almost like they're from the ocean, you know, when a bit of seaweed is. Okay, so in here, I definitely am going to pop another one in. So this is more, not the creeping variety. He's more mounded. And what I want to do is, I want to just pop another one in here, because it's the texture, it's the softness. Do you see what we're doing? We've got something hard and quite structured and architectural with the bromeliad. And then here we've got the soft gentleness of the Selaginella, which really works for me. Okay, I want to balance it out here, give a bit of something that's going to work over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little guy over here, the little Freesia, and out he comes. Right, looking beautiful. And then, because I have them, because I just want to, and you don't really have to, guys, you really don't have to. I mean, this is looking lovely, but how can you possibly leave one plant? You just can't. So in goes the Guzmania, and he is just going to fill this back here. So in other words, what you are going to have is a container that could really work in all directions, and a little bit of soil in here to fill it up, get it in snug. And of course, a good watering once a week is more than enough during the winter months, once every 10 days, because it doesn't dry out that quickly. And a liquid plant food every now and then will do no harm. This is paradise in a pot.